With 11 days until Christmas, guess what? I'm bringing you another real estate video. Perfect timing, right? And I am done my Christmas shopping, so I can still work until the holidays. And with that in mind, yesterday was actually a pretty big piece of news, which has incredible impact potential on the market, the real estate market here in 2024, and really the economy in general. But there's a nice little article from Barron's.com with the author Nicholas Jasinski, which means that future markets expect 6 rate cuts rate cuts in 2024 versus 4 earlier. So what that means is this is some kind of evidence, some kind of potential evidence that interest rate cuts will happen next year, first and foremost, and that there may be a bunch of them. And if this particular prediction comes true, then interest rates could be as low as 3.75 to around the low or 4% by the end of 2024, compared to the 5.5 to 6% that we are kind of in with now. And if this happens, obviously the implications are that house prices will probably go up. If not, they'll just people will start buying houses again, and there won't be this like lull or the slog like we were experiencing in the market. And what's actually fascinating is that since the federal government announced yesterday that they will no longer be increasing interest rates, they are looking ahead to make interest cuts. As long as inflation stays low, it's probably around 3%. Maybe it needs to get down to 2%, which is the annual amount. And other factors, obviously, socio-economical, worldly, wars and stuff like that could affect, the way this goes. But if all goes to plan, again, this is just a prediction, and it is a good prediction, an educated guess, what I like to call it, then the market will pick up, buyers will come out, there'll be more sellers will be able to sell their homes faster, and who knows where the prices are. But what this also means for those of you guys that are looking at market corrections and house prices dropping and really banking on that happening is that this is the first evidence that the market correction could be over now. Like that means that the prices that you see today for homes is the lowest you may be able to get those homes for, which means people that are looking to buy a house, they're on the fence, that is the right time. It's 11 days before Christmas, but what I'm saying is the next 2 to 3 months may be the lowest prices we're going to see for the immediate future if this comes true. And what I was saying earlier is that because this information came out yesterday, I actually have a lot more showings randomly on the properties that I have for sale. For example, I have 2 appointments today on a property that had no appointments over the last 2 weeks. And I think there's some urgency for buyers to get something now before interest rates drop. And, if you're a buyer and you're like, why wouldn't I want lower interest rates? Well, the reasoning behind it is that, as we've seen in the past, of course, those interest rates were very low, 2% and even lower, is that the market picks up. We have a huge shortage of housing and we have a supply and demand problem. Right now, we have a lot of homes on the market and there's not a lot of buyers. But if there's more activity all of a sudden, and I've seen this before, even in the busiest markets, when you think of 2022 where we broke records, obviously, we're not coming close to that. But is this a trend that is slowly moving to a more, a better market, let's say an increase in activity, a market that is no longer a borderline buyer's market, but a neutral, maybe even getting to at some point, a seller's market again in 2024, because, these are the bottom out prices that people are going to see in a while. These are interest rates mean that the house prices stay low. Once interest rates go up, more activity, people might, bid for houses, multiple offers, and so forth, so forth. We'll see. But what do you guys think? Do you think that the correction is over? You think that there'll be a lot of interest rates? It's fascinating. But if I was a buyer, and I'm telling my clients right now, if you see a good deal, jump on it, try to negotiate the best you can, and get a good deal as long as you can afford the current interest rates. Even if you stay on a variable rate and the rates go down, you're going to be paying a lot less in a few months, it looks like, as early as probably spring, but we'll see. All right, take care and happy holidays.